Hello and welcome to this Ferris State University Football Week 10 preview. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Bentley, along with Sandy Gholston, as the Bulldogs get ready to hit the road. Final two games of the regular season starting this Saturday at Saginaw Valley State, in a big game for the Bulldogs as they hope to win at least a share of the GLIAC championship.
Yeah, it's a big game, and historically it's been a great game between Ferris State and Saginaw Valley State, and a lot of championships have been decided in this matchup over the years, and so this year is really no different for the Bulldogs as they go there and they know they're going to face a tough Saginaw Valley team. And you look over in recent years, some of our toughest matchups have been against the Cardinals, and so I don't expect this year to be any different.
Of course, the Bulldogs coming off a 70-35 win over Northern Michigan here in the regular season home finale this past Saturday, and a very strong offensive performance in that victory.
Yeah, the offense was really clicking right from the start, and they played with a lot of consistency. The offensive line did a really good job. We passed the ball well, we ran the ball well, got a lot of people involved, and it was really great to see so many people come in and contribute and really not lose any momentum offensively. So that was certainly a real positive in that game. And defensively, I think there were some things that went well for us, but there's also, I think, for a very proud defense, there's always room where they can feel like they can keep growing, and maybe didn't feel like they had their best defensive performance, but I know they're going to be motivated to come back and really step it up here with at least a share of the GLIAC championship on the line.
Of course, just saw practice wrap it up here today. The Bulldogs have got some good preparation in. We're in the month of November, a little cloudier today, a little cooler, but still very good weather here for this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is that it's very different than when we were here in August, and we have a few more layers on than we did in August, but hey, that's good. I mean, that means you're getting toward crunch time at the end of the season, and when you're playing in cold weather and you have something to play for, in this case, you have an opportunity to play for a GLIAC championship. That's a badge of honor for this team, and so I know they're excited. I don't know if they're so much excited for the weather, but as much as they are excited for what the weather means in terms of coming down the stretch and having something to play for.
Of course, the GLIAC championship, one of the first goals each and every year for Coach Anise and his squad, and something the Bulldogs really don't take for granted.
They really don't, and I think, Rob, really last year bringing the GLIAC trophy back to Big Rapids, I think, really meant a lot for that team, and I think it meant a lot to this team, and it's been a motivating factor to try to keep that GLIAC championship here in Big Rapids. And so I think they have something for sure to play for in terms of a GLIAC championship. And again, if you can win the GLIAC, then that certainly puts you on a really good foundation for the NCAA playoffs, and so that's what the Bulldogs are playing for.
The Bulldogs right now rank first in the NCAA Division II Super Region 3 rankings, but two huge games. The last 2 weeks here of the regular season going to have a big outcome on what happens with the playoff field.
Yeah, I mean, Saginaw Valley just a couple weeks removed from a big win over Grand Valley, and Davenport's been playing really well. They got a win over Saginaw Valley last week, and then they had a huge productive game the week before that. So we always know that these two opponents in particular are going to play us tough. They're coached by two former Tony Anise assistants, and so they know Coach Anise really well, and they both have built really strong foundations at their respective platforms at Saginaw Valley and at Davenport.
You mentioned Saginaw Valley, coached by Ryan Brady, and obviously two programs that know each other well, a lot of similarities between the two programs, and certainly they have a talented quarterback, Mason McKenzie, kind of leading the way, and always a very strong defensive team.
Yeah, I think, they do mirror each other in a lot of ways. Coach Brady obviously was here, and he's brought, probably some of that, along with his own little wrinkles to Saginaw Valley. And you mentioned Mason McKenzie, a really talented dual-threat quarterback, a guy that can really hurt you with his legs, and he can also throw the ball well, too. And so, and they also have a really good running game, beyond just Mason McKenzie. And defensively, they're always good. They're always good, they're always tough, they're always stingy, and so we're going to play a really balanced team, a really physical team, and a team with a lot of talent.
Of course, kickoff on Saturday, 1 p.m. at Harvey Randall Wicks Memorial Stadium in University Center. We'll have all the coverage for you, starting with the Bulldog pregame show at noon on Saturday, kickoff 1 o'clock between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. For complete coverage of Ferris State football, you can log on to ferrisstatebulldogs.com.